Families Matter is an organization working to strengthen family ties and transform lives right here in Memphis. Recently, the nonprofit launched a new program dedicated to helping low-income fathers succeed. And here to talk more about the program and how it's building a legacy for fathers is Carol Jackson, the Executive Director of Families Matter. Thank you for being here on Christmas Eve.
I tell you, thank you for having me on Christmas Eve.
Well, this is such an important program, what you're doing, and it's very unique. First, just tell us how it all came about.
Well, first of all, April, Families Matter is a nonprofit faith-based organization that was established several years ago, 2004 to be exact. I came into it in 2009, and this program came out of some of our legacy programs where we did dynamic dads and nurturing fathers and things like that. And so we were able then to secure this funding to do this program called Affirm. A father's involvement really matters.
Why was that so important, that father angle?
The father angle is so important because we really believe that so much of the crime, the different things that we see on the streets of Memphis across our nation has to do with the fact that fathers are not involved in their children's lives. And that's what we're all about, is helping fathers understand their worth, how important they are to their children, how important they are to our community as far as helping us do what needs to be done socially, financially, responsibly, and being accountable to their children and to those that I just mentioned.
And I was looking at your website, and it's so interesting because you have testimonies on there from fathers, and they're talking about creating this safe space for men who usually don't talk about topics that they're free to talk about with each other.
That's exactly what we do. Our fathers, we have fathers that understand the program, actually teaching the program. So those fathers are able to connect with those fathers and help them understand the importance of talking about things so many times that they are not accustomed to talking about. So it becomes a synergy. And we actually created another group out of that group of fathers called the Crusaders, who now crusade for Families Matter in that fatherhood arena.
That is wonderful. And one of the testimonies that I was listening to was talking about there's a whole nother issue of absent dads, but then there's the issue of dads who are there and how involved they are with their children and talking about being present, not just as a disciplinarian, but being present in the children's lives.
That's what's so important, is those fathers come together and they begin to talk about the need for them to be present with their children. And it's not just financial, it is more emotional. Like I said earlier, we believe that so much of what we see on our streets has to do with fathers not being involved. So we want those fathers to understand their importance in their children's lives. Whether they're in the house with the mom or not, they need to be there for their children.
And how important is it for other people, other organizations, other individuals to kind of support what you all are doing, because it affects everyone?
It affects everyone, and that's one of the reasons with Families Matter. I deal with we try to partner with a lot of organizations. We do not believe in that silo effect. We want people involved in what we're doing. To that statement that you just made, we have we have a donor that has partnered with us for years that has offered us a $100,000 matching grant through the end of this year. And so we are working vigorously to raise that money so that we get that full $100,000 to help us with not just this program, but with those legacy programs that I mentioned when we first started talking.
And how can people support what you all are doing to help raise those funds?
Oh my goodness, how they can support us is by going to our website, which is www.familiesmattermemphis.org, or they can send us a check to 2670 Union Extended, Suite 607. So there's many ways, and that's Memphis, Tennessee, 38112. We have many ways. Call me. Call me, and we will actually come to you to pick the check up if you want to give us some monies to help us with what we're doing. And my phone number is 901-351-1124.
Well, important work you're doing, and we just thank you for what you are doing and the difference that you're making in lives.
Thank you so much for having us on this Christmas Eve. We are thrilled to be here with you this afternoon. Thank you.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.